An Indian film won the coveted Hivos Tiger Award in 2017 at the Rotterdam Film Festival, one of the most prominent awards in the international arena for world cinema. Not many Indians are aware of it, having managed no time out of their routine diet of commercial flicks. The same film, instead of getting its due publicity, was held back from screening in almost all major film festivals around the country. Amazing, isn't it? This has been the struggle for Sanal throughout. This is Filmkopath's tribute to Sanal Kumar Sasidharan, arguably India's most courageous and ingenious filmmaker today. The film in question in our introduction is Sexy Durga, later termed to be S. Durga to apply for a screening in India. Sanal's film was still shelved from all major Indian film festivals before he organized a festival for himself to screen the film for his audience. The Kadza Independent Film Festival that he founded in 2017 runs in parallel to IFFK each year since then, featuring independent ventures from Indian directors. Akla Chalo Re, in Tagore's words, has been the crux of Sanal's journey from the beginning. No wonder that Sanal has always been a prey to this pretentious structure which thrives on censorship of expressions. His films have been dealing with the same theme. Back in 2001, Sanal worked on his first short, Atisaya Lokam, Wonder World. In this film, he examined these themes and pondered over the lurking violence contained in the societal structure and how the human species has constantly adjusted in ignoring substantial forms of this violence. In Atisaya Lokam, the background narration urges, "Who told you to see everything? Eyes are not for seeing everything, my friend," and ponders how human beings thrive on the sense of competition and crave for reaching targets. We see Sachin Tendulkar hitting boundaries on the TV screen and the Indian mass rejoicing over it. The same crowd wouldn't be bothered a notch in attacking their sporting gods over lost matches. Having witnessed this over and over, it has become a streamlined violence today, rarely overwhelming to Indians anymore. In another short, Frog, released in the year 2012, Sanal scans the reckless stalking of a couple against lush green forests. He would return to these themes from both the shots a decade later in Sexy Durga. In 2014, Sanal directed his first feature, Oral Pokkam, 6 Feet High, which fetched him the Kerala State Award for Best Director. Oral Pokkam confirms Sanal's craftsmanship over the medium in addition to his social consciousness. The film is his critique on intellectuals, his take on how progressiveness, if under pretense, gets beaten in its own game of false vanity. Mahi and Maya's egos clash, crashing down their relationship. While they are postmodern enough to be not bound by formal societal commitments, their conscious self-esteem cannot break free from the subconscious expectations, eventually drifting them apart. The movie gets into a road movie format when Mahi goes out searching for Maya, lost amidst the 2013 Uttarakhand floods. In his search for the ideal, Mahi's supposedly intellectual self is juxtaposed against the nature as a portrayal of human triviality and the delusional concept of utopia. Unjustified human ego, without consideration for its surrounding, couldn't have a better setting than the Kedarnath floods. The film starts and ends in a frame of frail naked human life standing against mighty snow-capped mountains, thus reinforcing limitations of human capabilities. It advocates how nature should be the human shelter and not a toy to control or try defeating. This consistent connection to nature in all his films is perhaps Sanal's key strength in making them rooted and effortlessly relevant. Based on a short story by R. Uni, Sanal's second directorial, Ozivu Divasathe Kali, an off-day game, is probably his most intense and politically aware film. The camera plays the character of a dumb witness capturing a group of middle-aged men enjoying themselves on an election day. A super ensemble cast does complete justice to the layered script embedded with political undercurrents throughout, thriving on caste, color, and misogyny. The tension keeps on building like a ticking time bomb, but even then, the audience is caught unprepared when the shocking climax finally arrives. An off day, as the title indicates, is actually a satirical take on a routine day of any patriarchal Indian dealing in debates, liquor, and misogyny. In its use of a sudden wife-beating song or banter around physical relationships or caste politics, the film establishes its Indian identity, extending to universal themes at the same time. The film reminds of Apurva Kishorbir's Aranyaka, a 1994 film, a lesser film similarly ending in the ghastly realization of survival of the fittest, as in the rich and powerful in today's societal structure. In a country where hundreds of women named Durga, Saraswati, Parvati, Lakshmi roam homeless on the streets, the self-proclaimed culture bearers found their religious sentiments hurt by the title of Sanal's next. My Durga is not your powerful goddess. My Durga is the common Indian girl on the street for whom you have no sentiments at all, Sanal had argued. A country offering its citizen a comfortable illusion of liberty, democracy and equality has been the theme in Ozivu Divasathe Kali, and the never-ending loop of repeated basal violence all around forms the crux of Sexy Durga. One wonders why Durga and her boyfriend is being continuously harassed by a group of human animals, and the story doesn't move forward thereon. Well, that's the point of the film, the reality of the Indian society. The same violence, misogyny and objectifications return every day in new forms, and there's hardly any way out of it. Culmination of one case instantly leads to the beginning of another, much like what Durga and his boyfriend face in the film. At one point, when Durga argues with her boyfriend that she is being ogled at in the car, the boyfriend considers it, but returns to the same car with her, as the probability of getting another ride is bleak. Sanal subtly suggests that our continuous stress on convenience over cause is a bigger reason in ending up jeopardizing our woman. Our everyday practical reasoning is basically a convenient avoidance of putting up the right fight, which eventually ends up empowering the villains who might not otherwise be so powerful. The other interesting theme in the film is a reiteration from Atisaya Lokam. The extreme physical violence in the name of religious rituals is a regular for the mass attendees of the Garudan Thukkam festival. They have been desensitized to this violence for decades. The country, with all its paradoxes, is such adjusted to everyday violence all around that we have lost the sense of recognition of most of it. It reminds one of a sequence from the Emmy winner A Handmaid's Tale, where two handmaidens discuss their fate by the riverside while rebels hang from the wall just beside them, and they seem indifferent. Sexy Durga also brings in fresh attempts at camera work by creating long and dynamic shots, psychedelic lighting, and atmospheric stylizations, confirming the handshake between Sanal's artistry and craftsmanship. We are yet to watch his film Unmadi Ude Maranam, The Death of the Insane. However, the plot advocates similar motives of censorship and obstruction of liberty. Unmadi's dreams causes disturbances in the society as his fellow citizens start watching his dreams. Authorities insist him to censor his dreams before and eventually bans him from dreaming. However, his fellow citizens start watching his dreams illegally and start spreading it. Though we are yet to find out for sure, the plot instantly feels like an homage to supposed insane Iranian director like Jafar Panahi, who have been voicing their dissent on the face of severe adversary for years now. That brings us to his latest and perhaps his finest film, Chola, from last year. Chola is Sanal's third film in the Oppression trilogy after Ozivu Divasathe Kali and Sexy Durga. Chola is his reimagining of the Ramayana story and his turn to talk about Janaki after the Kali and Durga undertones in the previous two. The film begins with an elderly woman narrating a story of a prince who wanted the virgin woman of the forest to surrender every inch of her, only to be advised by the woman that she can't comply as she doesn't own herself. Shadow of Water, as the English title suggests, is a story of the women of our society who, like water, are bound to take the shape of the container they are poured in. Joju George, playing the Ravana of the story, wears a t-shirt reading "Eat, Eat, Eat." His huge frame is perhaps a metaphor of the looming patriarchy our Janakis face every day. Janaki's boyfriend, the Ram of our story, is a frail figure who calls Joju as his boss. Both the men do not have a name in the movie. They can be any one of us, anywhere around. Sometimes, given an opportunity, they create a rampage, and otherwise, when things are out of reach, they invest in drawing naked female forms in roadside toilet walls. Janaki's beloved is a replica of Durga's boyfriend. The namesakes are both blessed with the worst guardians. They are good enough to coax their ladies, but always subservient to a physically stronger male around. Chola asks daring questions in the most chilling manner. Whom does a woman belong to? Does she have a will of her own? Will a woman automatically surrender to someone gaining access over her body? These questions are juxtaposed against raw nature, winding roads, ferocious waterfalls, and intricate spiderwebs. Hardly has a contemporary film from any part of the world used nature as a part of its narrative such magnificently. Chola is an exemplary work of art, a movie Indian cinema should be proud of. The oppression in Sanal's film are no less than the subdued violence in the movies of Michael Haneke. The message is elementary and clear, but it is the detailing and the unsettling presentations that leave you exhausted and awed at the same time. The promise this young filmmaker holds for India and to the rich lineage of Malayalam cinema needs to be supported, sustained and cared. If you are a film enthusiast, Sanal Kumar Sasidharan is essential viewing. His new film is coming soon. We can hardly wait. To watch analysis on more directors like this, please subscribe to our channel. If you have not watched any of Sanal Kumar's movies, grab the first opportunity to watch them. In fact, Chola is now available on Amazon Prime. If you have watched his movies, please comment below on what you feel about our analysis. Thanks for watching.